What's up, everybody? Another thing I was talking about online, I was talking about influential black neighborhoods. I can't think of many. I don't know many. I mean, like in the South, when people own land, that's different. Like I was in New Bern, I was in Yemassee, and the people own land. The black people own land, and they have like trailers on the land. But that's their land; they could do what they want to. And they had like a whole family live in a trailer, and that was on their land. But like in most inner city neighborhoods where most black people live, in the inner cities of America, like Chicago, New York, Detroit, most black people don't own shit. Most black people, we pay rent. And like I was telling the guy, most black neighborhoods are near the highway or highway overpass. I heard it was from what I understand, I heard it was so like just in case black people have a riot, you know, the system could bring tanks and stuff on the highway and get to the rioters quicker. That's what I heard. But then I heard from what I understand, Robert Moses, I think that's his name, and he wrote a book called The Great Highway Act, or he was the one that designed the highways. I'm not sure, but he was talking about how the highways were built and why they were built. And like I said, if you had a well-to-do black neighborhood, the system will come and appropriate the land called eminent domain and build a highway. And imagine you got a nice house and it's right near a highway. It just come build a highway, and that was a disenfranchised neighborhood. Yep, look it up. Great highway. That's what the Polo Grounds is near the highway. Colonial Products is near the highway. Grant Products is near the highway. Lincoln Products is near the highway. St. Nick is not near the highway, but what else? What is those products on the 125th and 5th? I forgot that. Wagner's right near the highway. All them housing projects are near the highway. When I was in Louisville, Kentucky, they got housing projects by the Algonquin Parkway, by a parkway. When I was in New Bern, North Carolina, they got housing projects right near the highway. When I was up in the Catskills, they got housing projects right near the highway. Well, not near the highway, near the street. That's a little different. But yeah, most black neighborhoods in Newark, New Jersey, housing projects used to be right by the highway. Where else? When I was in Nashville, going to the airport, housing projects right by the highway on I think it's Route 40 on 40 West, I think it is. 40 West or 40 South, one of them. I know it's in Nashville. It's that housing projects right by the highway. Yep. Most black neighborhoods are near highways and highway overpasses. I said that in one of my poems. Yep. And like I was saying, somebody said, Malcolm X said it also, but most immigrants, the word immigrant implies choice. The word immigrant means choice. By the definition and term, most black people are not immigrants. And when immigrants come to America, they go right to their little enclave. And they don't break their neck to leave that enclave. They got enclaves that they go to. They got everything they need in that neighborhood. They got a supermarket. They got a cleaners. They got laundromats. They got a hospital. They got movie theater. They got restaurants. I heard it's like that in Chicago too. I heard it's like segregated like that. I heard it was like segregated even more in Chicago. And I know in Miami, the Latinos got Miami on lock. It's on lock. You can't set up shop in their neighborhood because they're not going to allow it. But nobody breaks their neck to leave the neighborhood. Everybody got whatever they need in the neighborhood. It's only when you go into a black neighborhood, everybody got a business in the black neighborhood. Everybody got a business in the black neighborhood. How many black businesses do you see in Chinatown? How many black businesses do you see in Washington Heights? How many black businesses do you see in like Lewis Jewish towns? None. But if you go into a black neighborhood, everybody got a business in a black neighborhood. Everybody comes to make money off of black people and they leave. said that before. I said that. Yeah, I said that in another video. If you spend $1 in Chinatown, that dollar goes from one Chinese man to another Asian 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 man. Then it leaves the neighborhood. You go in a Jewish neighborhood, it goes from one Jewish hand to another Jewish business to another Jewish business to another Jewish business to another Jew. Like I hear, Jews are not cheap. They just not spending money with you. That's all it is. People saying Jews are cheap. They're not cheap. They're Chuck. He had to make a U-turn. People are not cheap. They just not spending money with you. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're just not gonna spend money with you. Black people, we spend our money with everybody. That's what be bugging me out when I be seeing like rappers and stuff wearing all the name brand clothes with the big logos and shit. That's like free advertising. I'm not getting paid to wear that. But who this shirt by? Who this hat by? Who these shorts by? See what I'm saying? And if this video go right, if I had on name brand clothes and the video go viral, then I'm getting, then I'm that's free advertisement. I'm not getting paid for it. But black people, we live through the shit we wear. We live vicariously through the shit we wear. It's like the clothes make us. That's why we wearing. We feel so less of ourselves. That's why we gotta walk around with big gold chains on this shit. Or big gold chains and rings on every finger. That's the corniest shit in the world. So that's what makes us. And then you doing all that to press. You doing all that to impress a girl who ain't got shit. She hoping she hit the lottery. She trying to hit the lottery and you trying to get some nookie. And that's the shit I don't understand. Guys, they risk their whole life for a nut, and the nut only lasts 3 seconds. You risk your whole life to impress a girl, to go to bed with her, and the orgasm only lasts 3 seconds. That's another thing I was talking about real quick before I get out of here. Like these girls, all the girls on YouTube and shit, all making videos of them shaking their asses. So some video you doing something creative besides shaking your ass. They're all shaking their ass, and the first thing they do when the music come on is stick their tongue out. They stick their, you know how they do, I ain't doing that shit. They stick their tongue out and shake their ass to the side and shit. Like that's all she got to offer. I keep telling you, I said most relationships don't last because the guy cannot keep up with this woman's sex drive. That's why relationships don't last, because when the guy and the girl get together, she burns them out. Girls be thinking guys want sex. That shit, listen, like I told you, if it was sex that made a man stay, most hookers, prostitutes, and lap dancers will be married. It ain't sex that make a man stay. All right, y'all, let me go. What's up, everybody? If you like to read, check out my poetry. Corner stores in the middle of the block. And don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. If you'd like to know more about it, inbox me, all right? Peace.